Good morning, Saints. We hope you all had a scrumptious weekend. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Trinity.
And this is SFHS Today. In world news, a drone attack on Syria killed 100 people. More than 500,000 people have been killed since the civil war erupted in 2011, according to BBC News.
In national news, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was ousted by GOP leadership. This is the first time in history that a House Speaker has been deposed by his own party. So now the leadership is uncertain and the future is unclear, according to the Washington Post. Also in national news, Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day. Classes at SFHS watched a documentary that explained the national importance of this day.
In school news, some seniors went out on a field trip to go canoeing down the St. Croix River. Wednesday, reporters went out and found more about the trip.
In other news, now that you're in high school, it might be smart to start looking for a job. Reporters Brielle and Destiny went out to find the best places to start looking.
Where do you work?
I work at Andover Pizza Ranch.
What do you like most about working at Andover Pizza Ranch?
Probably my management and the way we run our company.
And how long have you been there?
I've been there for 4.5 years.
What kind of job opportunities do you offer for high schoolers?
For high schoolers, we offer multiple job opportunities. Our most common position, which is where you start off, is called a GSA, and that stands for Guest Service Attendant. They're running pizzas, they're wiping tables, they're taking pizza orders, and any other extra things to go above and beyond for our guests. And once they get comfortable in the GSA job, we'll eventually bump them up to training in something like buffet coordinator or POS or phones in out the door.
What would you say to someone that was considering applying there?
I would personally say always work in back of the house and never front of the house.
So for our back of house positions, they include pizza maker, you'll be making pizzas. We also have a dishwasher position. That position is very important because we have many people coming through this restaurant and grabbing lots of plates.
Do you have any other comments for anybody that's considering on looking for a job in high school?
Definitely try to get a job that you'll stick with through high school because bouncing around looks so bad on resumes, I've figured out, so I would just say stay at one place.
Thanks for showing us job opportunities around St. Francis.
This school year, 2 new students flew across the world to join us for their senior year as foreign exchange students. Reporters Tom Weber and Adam Grubb went out to speak to them about the differences in America compared to Belgium.
How many languages can you speak?
In school, I learned. So I speak French. My native language is French, and I learned Dutch and English at school.
So how has America been for you so far?
It's been really great. I participated in a lot of activities. I was able to go to the homecoming dance, to football games. It's been really fun so far.
America is amazing. I don't want to leave, but I really like the school spirit. We doesn't have that in Belgium. We only go to school, we work, we have assignments, and that's all. We don't have football games on Friday. We don't have sports team. If we want to do sports, we have to find a club after, and it's just boring.
What's your favorite thing about America?
I don't know. It's just really different. That I don't have like one main thing that is more interesting to me. Like it's been more like fun. It's just everything has been really great.
How have the football games been? Have you been to any of them?
Yeah, I've been to all of them, and I have to be here for the home football games because I'm in the dance team, so I have to dance.
Oh.
But I hope I will be able to go to all football games during the whole season. I don't want to miss any of them.
Welcome to St. Francis. We hope this year fulfills all your expectations of living in America. You can find the whole story on the Crier SFHS Today's website.
This week, we went out with reporter Nola Pavic to speak with students and staff about how they use AI in their classrooms.
Do you use AI? I've used it out of curiosity. I really haven't used it to complete a particular task. although I think as a teacher, there are really some pros to using it.
I have experimented with it a little bit last year when some of the new tools were coming out. Kind of wanted to see what possible applications there were for our classroom. So I've used it as a tool.
As a teacher, I don't really use it, but I know some students are possibly using it for math problems. I think it can be a good resource if you're using it to help yourself learn or check answers, that kind of thing. But if you're using it as your own work, it's really not your own work.
I haven't really used it with my 9th grade students, but a couple of my teacher assistants have asked me about using it and kind of told me how they approach it, almost like looking for new ways to word things, and in a way it reminds me of a thesaurus.
I've had a teacher once before make us write a whole assignment with using AI only, and then trying to make it look like we wrote it ourselves, and then she told us how she could tell it was used by AI.
What are your thoughts about your students using AI?
No, I haven't had students use it yet. I think it's kind of new. We need to figure out like how we want to incorporate it. But in the long term, like it's definitely a tool that people are going to need to understand how to use.
Really anything, I think using it for good versus evil would be a great thing, but I think we're still trying to figure out how to use it in those positive ways and not use it just to avoid learning and avoid thinking, which would definitely not be helpful to anyone.
Well, I think in school, the most important thing is that we're developing the skills that we need to develop, but AI is obviously a tool that is not going anywhere.
That if I have to look at test questions or homework questions, I have to make sure that it looks like the work that I would teach students. Otherwise, then I know that they haven't done their own work, and then that would be my conversation to have with those students, which is not fun.
Before we pass it over to sports, reporters Daniel Sanchez, Logan Miller, and Hyatt Lindquist went out and spoke to students and staff about some of the hidden talents on this week's RQT.
It's the random question thing, ding.
What is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is I can bend my arms all the way around.
And my hidden talent is that I can bend my fingers like this.
My hidden talent is I can speak fluent Ukrainian. Меня звати Альона і я граю в теніс.
My hidden talent is I can spin a ruler and
I'm fast. I'm faster than him.
Bro, no, you are not. Bro.
Yes,
you
I
are
am,
not
bro.
faster than
Even though y'all
me.
tall
Bro.
and skinny doesn't mean anything. I mean,
you
I'm
are
fast,
not.
bro.
Thanks for that. Now let's pass it over to sports.
Hey, Saints, I'm Aiden.
And I'm Hunter.
And this is Sports. In world sports news, the European Football Association has postponed all matches in Israel over the next couple of weeks due to ongoing conflict in the country.
In national sports news, the Minnesota Twins beat the Toronto Blue Jays 3-1 in the wild card round of the MLB playoffs. This is their first postseason win since 2004, which is the longest losing streak in the MLB according to ESPN.
In school sports, the Saints took on Andover last Friday at home. They lost 0-43, moving their record to 0-6. Owen and Quinn spoke with some of the coaches about their new roles on the team.
The biggest difference has been behind the scenes. It's not necessarily the X's and O's, but it's been more about the scheduling and making sure that everything is running on track and the administrative piece of it. So on the field, it's come second nature just because that's what we've been doing for the last 15, 20 years.
I was a varsity wide receiver coach for the past 18 years. This is my first year as a defensive coach. I help coach the outside linebackers. I equate it to kind of doing everything backwards and left-handed, seeing what side a person is lined up on. Now I'm just looking at it at a different perspective to find out what the offense is doing as opposed to, in my old role, what the defense is trying to do. I think it helps in certain regards, but I also have a lot I need to learn, communicate, and then teach my outside linebackers.
Just trying to get everybody on the same page, getting everybody the experience of playing varsity football. A lot of guys, this is their first time playing at this level, so it's getting used to the speed, getting used to the schemes, and just making sure everybody's up to speed. Positives that I've seen is that the players are continuing to show up every day, continuing to work hard, continuing to put in the effort. We can see it week by week that the skills are starting to progress. They're becoming more comfortable out there with the speed of the game on Friday nights. And for the rest of the season, the biggest thing that we can ask for is that they continue to grow and continue to mature. And we don't know when, but eventually it's going to all click and come together, and that's when we're going to see the victories starting to pile up, and our confidence will start to climb.
Thanks for the information. Meanwhile, the freshman football squad has only lost one game. In girls volleyball, the girls continue to work for an elusive win. Last week they took on Chisago here at home. Tonight they face off against North Branch away, and Thursday night is senior night.
The boys soccer team finished up the season 3-12-1 with a loss against Grand Rapids 3-1. The girls soccer team plays Becker tonight.
Cross-country phenom Annie Rolfe broke her own school record last Thursday with a time of 19 minutes and 19 seconds, which makes her this athlete of the week.
For 8th grader Annie Rolfe, running is her joy. Annie recently broke Maria Laudenbach's 5K record with a time of 19:41.6.
She talks about running all the time. That's the joy of her life, and I don't know what she'd do without it.
The love for cross-country runs in the Rolfe family, and her brothers even helped train.
My mom did cross country when she was in high school, and my brother did cross country the year before I started, so then I wanted to do it. My brother, he trained me the entire summer, and my other brother also helped me train.
If you're a resident of Oak Grove, odds are you've seen Rolfe run through your neighborhood.
I have about 2 workouts a week, a long run, and then a couple easy runs and an off day. My easy runs are probably around 4 to 5, and my long runs are 7 or 8.
Her competitiveness and her joy for running, she uses those to beat all her opponents. She brings a competitiveness and a joy for running that it rubs off on her teammates. She makes them better, as do her teammates make her better.
I like being able to run with my teammates, and it's enjoyable, I guess.
I would say that she's got to, through the highs and the lows, just be focused on the joy of it and not as much, bad times are gonna come. She's just gotta get used to that and push through it.
Annie hopes to run a sub-19 5K. Last week, she broke her own record with a time of 19:19.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.
Now back to Jocelyn and Trinity.
Before we go, we have a new segment called Drip Alert, where reporters go out and talk to students and staff about the latest fashion trends.
To kick off Drip Alert, reporters Tyler Pearson, Aiden Carlson, and Hunter Pavey went out and got the scoop.
I'm Aiden Carlson, and this is Drip Alert.
What inspired your outfit today?
Kevin Hart told me to wear it.
Where'd you get your clothes from?
Well, I got my shoes on GOAT. I got my jeans at Marshall's. I got the Calvin Klein sweatshirt at Marshall's and the hat at Lids.
Where'd you get your clothes from?
Nike, PacSun, and Pac.
Where'd you get your clothes from?
I got my actual clothes from Walmart, then I got my boots and my hat from Walmart.
What inspired your outfit today?
Today I just wanted to stand out.
And where did you get your clothes from?
I got my clothes from my uncle for...
Hey Trin, do you have drip? Nah. And that's all we have for you this week. Stay safe, Saints.